Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You already know what it is. It's Marshayla Monique. Here again, a new week. I'm stressed. Yeah, I'm here again. It's a new week. I'm wearing my hair down, y'all. Please be nice because I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like my hair. This is like growth for me. This is growth, 100%. Embracing my natural hair. Girl, who is she? Embracing my natural hair, that's something that I don't do. But as I'm getting older and I'm getting more comfortable with myself, I'm truly embracing who I am and just like what I am. So I'm growing, I'm learning, be nice. Y'all are probably gonna say, oh my god, it's that cute. I'm gonna look like it's stiff though. Anyways, let's get into today's video. Today I just wanted to have pretty much an open conversation of me just talking about depression and self-doubt. I got it from this video, this YouTuber that I watch. Her name is Chris. I'll try to put her right here. She had just did a video just like addressing like her mental health and like how she went through depression and self-doubt. And usually the way that I get all of my videos and my content and my ideas, I guess you could say, is just watching other videos and then I get a thought of my own. So that's like really how I just like simply build off of that, if that makes sense. So I seen that and I was like, wow, that's a really good topic for me to just talk about. Just an open conversation, not coming on here saying that I'm depressed or anything. I just wanted to talk about it because I have been there. So if I could just like think back to when I was younger, I felt like depression is something that I always dealt with. I just really didn't have a name for it. And depression can come in many different like forms. Like people think that, oh, I'm depressed because I had a bad day. Like it's not that, or you're just like, I'm sad, I'm depressed. Like depression, it comes in not wanting to get out of bed, not wanting to take a shower, not wanting to eat, not wanting to talk, not wanting to do really anything. And I remember that going back as far as when I was like 12 and 13 years old. Like we just had like things going on in life, like personal stuff going on in life, and it just like really brought me down. And then on top of that, like things that I was dealing with in high school, you know, being an adolescent and a preteen, like things were just hard and I was just always different. Ever since I was younger, I've always just felt misplaced, if I could use that word. I felt like I didn't belong. I just felt like I was just my own person. And when I got older, that molded into me realizing that I just wasn't born to live this normal life. I wasn't born to live a normal life. Me feeling different is because I've always been like, I'm not going to say I was a star or anything like that. I just wasn't born to live a normal life. Like I'm here for a different purpose. And I found that purpose out when I was 23 going on 24 years old. My purpose is to not like preach or anything, but to let people know that sometimes it's okay to not be okay. And like we can talk about it. It can be an open conversation. People don't have to hide their mental health. It's nothing that you have to hide. And I feel like we've really grown in the world in a sense of like mental health is something that we really talk a lot about. And I feel like we talk about it a lot in the Black community because in a Black household, like it's hard to say you're depressed just because we grew up with a lot of single mothers and maybe they're going through depression or like the stress of just being a single mom. So it's not something that's like very clear and spoken about. It's just like you just feel out of place pretty much. But a lot of us have dealt with it from a kid into our teen years, and it's something in our adult years as well. It's something that comes and goes, and it comes and goes for me. And at this point I know when I feel like I'm getting depressed, and I really just try to fulfill myself with things that make me happy more so. And one big thing that I do is I have a bunch of journals and I have a bunch of books that I read when I do feel down. The last thing I want to do is get on the internet and tell everyone that I'm sad or I'm depressed. You may catch a sad tweet here and there, but like don't mind it. Just let me have my moment. I get on Twitter, I talk, and I leave. Like leave me alone. I may have some sad moments on the internet, but I'm not going to get on the internet and just be sad and bring everyone down. Like I've always been the person that's just like carries all of the strength, and I will say it's not always been the best. And I do realize now that sometimes I do have to take time for myself to just like recenter myself and bring myself like out of a depressed state. So sometimes I do have to step away. It's not like I can help everyone, but a lot of people do lean on me, and that's perfectly fine. Like, I'm glad that I'm that person that people do come to when they feel like they need something. I'm the safe place for a lot of people, and I love that. And that's why I started creating content and like really opening up to this audience that I do have, because like, it's okay to not be okay. And for my people out there who are the strong friends or the strong siblings or whatever, like, it's okay for you to disconnect sometimes and not answer your phone, not send a text back, or not want to talk because like you're just overwhelmed with all of everyone coming to you for stuff. It's like everyone's coming to you for stuff sometimes and others aren't checking on you. Granted, I do have people that check on me. I'm not even going to sit here and say that I don't, but sometimes I'll just say like I'm fine, but I got a million things going on in my head. My head moves in like my head. The thoughts that go in and out of my brain, everything is moving all the time. So many thoughts come in, thoughts come out. My mind is just always on go, go, go. And that's part of where me being an anxious person comes in as well, just because my mind is always on full speed. So like, I be having a lot of things going on, but I don't really want to tell anyone. I just handle it on my own, and I feel like handling things on my own is the best thing for me. And when I go through stuff and I get through stuff, it gives me a testimony to give to other people when they come to me like, hey Marshayla, I'm dealing with this. I know like you've been through a lot of stuff, so how can you help me with this? And I can provide insight on it. I can provide it from a perspective of getting help from someone else, and I can provide it on a perspective of self-caring for yourself and figuring it out on your own. The biggest recommendation that I always give people is get yourself a journal. Like, it's not no Dear Diary stuff or Dear Darla. Like, just write down exactly how you feel. If you go through my journal, I do have a video of me reading out of my journal if you want to check that out. But if you look at my journal, it's not like Dear Diary or Dear Self. It's just me just like talking. A lot of it doesn't make sense. It's just like words on a piece of paper. Which brings me to my next topic, and that is self-doubt. Recently I listened to this podcast. It's called Manifestation Babe, and if you're a person that's into manifestation, you should definitely check out her podcast. I'll put a screenshot right here. But she basically manifested herself to be a billionaire, basically, just by teaching others how to take care of themselves and manifest a dream life that you want, which does kind of sound like what, but she really did it. And she was talking about in one of her most recent podcasts, she was talking about self-doubt, and that really got my mind going. And I sent it to my best friend, and she was like, damn, like that really touched my soul. And I'm like, facts, it did, because she talked about the phase of her being in the process that I'm in right now of in this transitional phase in my life. I'm just like, what do I want to do? Do I want to be a internet sensation? Do I want to keep working my 9 to 5? Do I want to go back to law school? And then with me bringing myself to the internet and throwing myself to the wolves, like I always say, with that comes a lot of fear. Fear of failure, number one. Fear of people not liking me. Fear of me walking away from my 9 to 5 and this not working out for me. Again, failure. And then just fear of one day I'm just gonna give up on it, or fear of I'll lose interest, or fear of like this just really not going anywhere. So I guess failure again, but that comes in many different forms. But even though like I seem like one of the most confident people, like I doubt myself a lot, and I had to learn to stop doing that, because when you speak things out loud or make yourself believe some things, you're gonna manifest it. And like, I'll use that word, you're gonna manifest it. When you speak negatively about yourself, you're not gonna bring anything but negative things. If you speak positively about yourself, you're going to bring positive things. So I really battle with myself back and forth, especially because my mind works on speed mode. So I have to like fight those negative thoughts with positive thoughts, and I do like positive affirmations for myself. And when I do feel like I'm like, Shay, like you should just walk away from this. Some days, y'all, I literally wake up and I say, you should just give up on this, because you're not getting too many views, you're not getting too many likes, people aren't subscribing, people you're not funny, people aren't commenting, this video isn't blowing up. It's honestly all about the process. And I feel like this process that I'm in right now is so important, and it's also very humbling, because once I do get to the place that I want to be, this experience is going to be even more of my testimony. I already have a testimony on why I even started all of this, but once I really get to where I want to be, like, it's just going to be something that I'll be able to teach others. Like, trust that process. If that process is a year, if that process is 2 years, 10 years, whatever it is, trust it. If you're really passionate about something, if you really want to achieve a goal, you are going to trust that process, and you're going to push through those negative thoughts. And that's what I do right now, because I know I want this shit so bad. I want this shit so bad. I want to be an advocate for mental health. I want to be an advocate for not being okay. I want to be an advocate for domestic violence. I want to be an advocate for taking time to yourself. Like, it's so many things of just like taking care of yourself, because it's something that I'm just realizing loading into a young lady going on 25 years old, that you need to take care of yourself, not even on a health standpoint, but like on a mental standpoint. Like, with me building myself on the internet, like, my mental has to be focused. Like, I have to be focused. I have to keep my eye on the prize. Like, on days where I don't feel like posting, I gotta post. Like, on days where I feel like I should just walk away, I gotta let myself know that you're here for a bigger purpose, and this is going to benefit you one day, because this is some shit that you really want. And I get so passionate about it that I could literally come to tears, because like, I've always wanted to create myself. I always wanted to be a person that like entertained and informed people of different things that I went through. And like I said in my 1 year anniversary on YouTube video, like, I've been watching YouTube since I was younger, since we really weren't allowed to like go outside and stay the night over people's houses like other teenagers. Like, I just built this person on the internet who was really me, but people didn't get to know me outside of the internet. So it's amazing also when people see me and they're like, dang, you're exactly how you are on the internet. But I think where I fall short sometimes is, right now I'm not shy or anything, but I used to be really shy. So like, I struggle with being a little bit professional, because I can come off as childish to some people, which I really don't care. It's my personality. I'm 24 and I got all my own stuff. If you think I'm childish, then that's on you. But it's just my personality. But sometimes I struggle with like being professional and being serious at times. But at the end of the day, I really don't feel like life is that serious. And it's not that life is a joke. It's just like, loosen up a bit. Like, loosen up, because at the end of the day, we're all going to be in a cemetery, regardless of what your story is. And everything comes to an end. So I don't get too serious about stuff. I mean, I get serious about like my bills and stuff like that, but other than that, life is really just my book that I'm writing, and I really think that's how everyone should take it. It's an empty book, and you're filling in the pages day by day. I remember when I was younger, I always used to think that my life was a book that was already written for me, in a sense of, you go to school, you get a job, you get married, you have kids, a little bit of stuff in between, don't really know what, but then you die. That's what I thought my book was. But the person that I am now, I'm realizing that I have this book with all of these empty pages that I can fill up with my stuff. I have all of these empty pages that I can fill up with whatever I want. I can live my life however I want. Like, I could wake up every day and do what I want. I gotta go to work, but like, for the most part, it's my book that I'm writing. And I feel like that's the greatest way for me to look at things. Like, everything is just what I make it. Life is what you make it. Life is what I make it. It's your life. It's your choices. It's your story. And one thing about me is I'm not leaving this earth without being remembered. I don't care. I'll never leave this earth without being remembered. There's so many people around me that they always tell me, like, Shay, like, you're one person that I won't forget about. Your personality just so intense, so vibrant, and that's what I strive for. Not on no cocky stuff at all. Like, to make an impact on people's, sorry about that. I strive to make an impact on people's lives. That's just what I want to do. That's my passion. That fulfills me. And that's what keeps me going with YouTube, is the messages that I get from y'all, or the people that I see in public, and like, yes, I watched your video, like, I really needed that. Or I could walk into a room and light it up. Simple as that. I walk into a room and I light it up. That's just me. But if that's not you, don't force it. That's another thing. Do not force something that is not supposed to be for you. Don't. When I talk about passion, this shit right here, I wake up and it's on my mind. This is what I'm passionate about. This is where I'm gonna put all my work into. It's my passion. I wake up and I want to do it. I wake up and ideas come to my mind to post on YouTube or make a TikTok or whatever. Like, it's my passion. It's what I really want to do. It's what I love. So don't force nothing to be for you if it's not for you. And you'll know what's for you and you'll know what's not. You'll know if you're chasing someone else's dream and not chasing yours. And that's how I'm in this video. I'm not going to keep it too long for y'all. I hope you took something from this. But yeah, it's me being vulnerable, but also me keeping it 100 with y'all. It is what it is, period. And on that note, I'm out of here. So, check out my new TikTok. Tell me what y'all think about my hair. I'll never do it again if y'all like it. I promise. But you already know what it is, and you already know what it ain't, and I'll catch y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.